Hello, people. What is up? Man, so who has heard the lovely news, huh? You can go back to bed, April. Den, how are you, sir, over there on YouTube? It's I need to do something to keep my brain focused because I've got people beating on my house downstairs outside doing masonry work. I'm gonna have guys in my house doing something at some point in time. Yeah, Kenzie's just out cold. There's two back there. Uh so Den, what did you think of the Lego news of the new Nintendo system that Lego is coming out with? I've talked to a bunch of people already. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't. Whether it be for the price, but I think you just kind of have to realize that's what it kind of is. All right, this needs to go way down. That's probably them. I'll be right back, guys. Just hang out a minute. Give me a moment. Oh my day just got hectic. If the price is $229, I'm comparing it to Barracuda Bay, parts wise, considering its functionality. I don't know why people are complaining about it. Yeah, you know everybody's gonna complain about something. Look, it matches what the European price is, so you can't complain. At least I don't think you can complain. I don't think you really have a leg to stand on there if somebody is complaining. Well, all I'm doing is this, the Thwomp drop. And then I've got to record it. And then I'd love to go back to bed, but that's probably not going to happen. My wife said, "Oh, it won't be that bad." Why are you going to be stressed out? Why? Because there's people in my house. And there's a lot of noise. And then my dogs are not happy because there's people here. So, you know, that's how it works, right? So for those of you that are going to be on the fence about this, hopefully you won't be here in another, I don't know, month, something like that. I don't know. I just hope my Mario app continues to work today and doesn't crash. That would be just fantastic. Thwomp drop. That would be wonderful. I'll be curious to see what YouTube videos pop out or pop up. That are critical or praising. Praising would be better. But some people just aren't that way, right? You guys can probably hear them. They are literally outside of this wall underneath me. Kills me. Kills me very, very slowly. Oh, there we go. So I've got a busy day again, and I've got errands to run. That makes it even better. Okay. It's hard to tell because it just echoes through the floor. Because this room is partially above the garage, the one garage. It's, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I think these go there too, right? Yeah. These little guys are so easy. I wonder how many minutes it is going to take for the NES to sell out. That's what I wonder. Because I imagine it's not going to take very long. A few minutes, maybe? 5 minutes? I know, I gotta scan Mario. All right, there. Now it is added. Which is odd because you cannot... So I have not found any other way to be able to find the instructions to be able to build. Like, let's say you have pieces. Obviously, you don't have all the printed pieces, but let's say you have some of these pieces. And you just kind of want to build stuff, right? You just want to kind of make it look like that. You can't even do that without the app, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'll talk more about it on the show, but it seems a little bizarre because the instructions, it'll only give you the first step. Starting to wonder if all the Mario parts are going to be on bricks and pieces. Depending on price, it may be worth just to get the character builds for me. Drugs. You know, I don't know. And the thing about it is you have to wait till like anybody has to wait until they release, because it'll just come back as dead that the set doesn't show up because it doesn't go live until the first. So I don't know. It makes you wonder though if they're there, if they are on there. I mean, in my opinion, it might almost be easier for some people to do that. Like if there's a certain character build you want. But you know what? I wonder if the little scanner pieces will be. I can see them making potentially the prints of the faces available, but then again, I don't know. I don't know what the IP looks like. So I don't know if there's a strict no against it, that they don't want you doing that. Like if Lego was, or if Nintendo stipulated to Lego, like, hey, you can't do this. Like maybe that's the case. I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Because there's, I mean, I don't think there would be a way. I don't know why they would do that, because you're basically turning more money away. Because you're going to have Mario fans that instead of wanting to buy another whole set, maybe they want to build an army of these little dudes or something, and they just want those printed pieces specifically. It's not, the course is not feasible to display. I've got pieces in the corner. I've got pieces on both sides of my desk. I have pieces that are on another desk. A Goomba army, yes. There's no room. I told my wife last night, I said, I kind of need to just bring all these down and sit them out on either the island or sit them out on the kitchen table and just see what it looks like, because it takes up a vast amount of space. But you know, I guess if you're a kid, you're loving it, but it's not the most practical. And moving it becomes I have found out has become a test of patience. Because when you go to move it, you have to remember which pieces are going to be heavier than others and move them. Most of it will not stay connected. So you've got to remember, oh, hey, I can't move this because if I do, it's not going to stay together. And I'm going to have pieces fall on the floor. Maybe a dog eats it. Because obviously the course was meant to be built in a way that it allows you to constantly be moving it, right? So you can rearrange and make new creations and all that kind of stuff. I get that. But like this, it's easy to take apart, but there's also not, there seems like there's less clutch there than typical. So I don't know. I don't know. So I think we're going to save the castle build for maybe later in the week. Because there's so much to discuss. I could probably put together a 2-hour show, which is not functional. I mean, there's very few shows that I'll listen to that are that long. And that's just me personally, but like I like my medical shows, stuff like that. Podcast shows, not TV shows. Like This Podcast Will Kill You. It's a good one. But they can go on for 2 hours talking about bacteria and stuff like that, and I'm hooked because I'm a science nerd. So the medical stuff, intrigues me. I probably, whoops, moving too quick, and I'm getting dropsies. I guess there is a positive of the Mario stuff so far. It seems like a lot of the higher profile Twitch people, gamers and such, are gravitating towards it. I know Dr. Lupo sent out a tweet this morning, tagged his wife in it and said, yep, I need this. I need this in my life. So when he went live this morning, I watched it for a moment and he brought it up. So that would be an interesting interview, wouldn't it? Talk to somebody that is a gamer about a Lego product once it does launch. But I told him in a message, I said, look, this thing is going to go like crazy. What did I do? I'm not paying attention. That's what I do. Oh my. Let's go back to the building, to the building, to the beginning. Let's fix this again. There, that looks better now. Same as Zelda. You know, you and I had this discussion yesterday. And yes, anything Mario is gold. You and I had this discussion yesterday. I think I can think, I honestly think they're going to end up getting to that point of, this is not lining up right. Man, I'm missing studs today. Where they're going to go, I see Zelda being next. Again, I don't know anything, but I see Zelda being next. It's a money pit. No, I'm sorry, not a money pit. That is a pit filled with tons of money, so a different kind of money pit. Speaking of money pit, that movie, my wife sent me something last night that had me laughing at 2020 so far, or something like that. It had Tom Hanks and I can't remember the co-star, but when the I think it was a bathtub that fell through the floor. It's been a few years since I've seen that movie. And he's just standing there hysterically laughing. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what 2020 feels like right now. All you can do is laugh. Like, what's next? It is the next logical step. It's Scrooge McDuck's money pool vault. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I'll tell you what, though, there is a super cool feature of Mario that I would have never even thought of. But you have to wait until Thursday. Ooh, yeah. April, you talked about these, right? These are going to be, like, I would love to see these pieces, these little skull pieces, prints, on bricks and pieces. That would be fantastic. It'd go perfect for a mock. Maybe not for me, but for somebody, surely. Look at that. It's pretty neat. All right, we're going to put this on here. All right, just like that. Build ourselves a nice little track. Close it up on this side. Oops. All right, there's that piece. Got some extras here. A lot of it. A lot of good extras here, though. Do I need another bag? I do. This is a big bag. It's a bunch of tininess. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. All right, I probably don't need that right now, though. This will go together pretty quick, I imagine. At least they stopped banging on my house. Maybe my anxiety headache will go away now. I feel like today, this week alone, is just going to go forever. I was busy all day yesterday. And then it started before 7 o'clock this morning. Some of you were saying, I worked all day too. I'd rather be at work than having to run errands and do maintenance and adult stuff. I would prefer not to do today. I would prefer to lay on the couch. That's not going to happen. I did find out last night that when teachers finally go back to work here, at least in Texas, when our school year starts in 2.5 weeks, I did find out, though, that we are, there's some people that are panicked and stuff, and I understand that. If you're an older teacher or whatever, maybe you have some immunodeficiencies. But kids have to be back in school in a classroom after 3 weeks. So if you push off your school year, that's fine. You can go to digital for no more than 3 weeks. But I also think that you can, they're still going to allow, like, if you choose to do, where's this piece? If you choose to do digital, you're still going to be able to do digital, is my understanding, which, like I said, my kiddo will be back in the classroom. That boy could walk through a laboratory and lick all the vials of disease and not catch anything. Like his immune system is insane. It's like his mom. And I don't get sick very often. A few times a year, I'll come down with a sinus infection or a rare cold, because kids are always like, achoo! That's why I'm always like, 1 arm's distance. Stay 1 arm's distance away, and then we'll be good. How did you get Lego Mario? Den, I don't know if you were here before. Lego was kind enough to send them to me. I guess it's been, about a week ago? sometime last week they sent them to me, and they for review prior to their release. So they will all be available August 1st worldwide. And that even goes for the NES. It's going to be that was debuted today. Okay, I kind of like his little mechanism. Look at this. That just gives me pleasure right there. Star Wars fan, how are you? Welcome to the show. Wait, is this black? No, it's not black. I should probably turn up the brightness on my phone because it looked black. Oh, man. How are you doing today, Star Wars fan? Is the Force with you today? If it is, I would like to borrow it. I feel like I'm over pressing tiles right now. Like I'm lifting up my elbow like, get on there! Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. This is what happens when you don't organize pieces. Still to this day. If I can't find something almost immediately, I'm like, did it get left out of the bag? It's a rarity. I don't know what we're doing here. I really don't know where this is going. I have an idea. Okay, I see what this is now. Have you seen the new Lego Mario? Yes, I sure have. And if you go here, that link will take you to the show page, and you can find out all the details. It looks pretty cool. I'm very excited. Being an old Nintendo gamer, not current gen, but I used to play all three of the Mario Brothers. Duck Hunt. It's sad you can't play Duck Hunt any longer because TVs aren't able to. Well, the TVs aren't old anymore, I guess. So what do you think, Star Wars? What do you think about it? Do you like it? Think it's okay? Or are you going to buy it? Price tag. On my news segment, the press release has changed. It was just a mistake that came down, and it's fine. Everybody makes a mistake. But it's 230 US, 230 euros. Come over to my house to play Duck Hunt. I have a massive Sony tree. Oh my God. Oh, April. That is awesome. I told my wife I want to find an old TV like that. And I think I used the wrong plate. Did I? I did. no biggie. That is awesome. I told my wife I want to get a TV like that, and I always look for places and stuff like that where you could find one. One of these days, because I've still got the hookup with it and everything. You do like it? Are you going to buy it, Mr. Star Wars fan? Or Mrs. Star Wars fan? I don't remember. The idea that Mario scrolls across a screen and the actual entire thing moves is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Lawn Loud. I think that's how you say it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the show. Or to the stream. How are you? Thank you for checking in over at YouTube. We are, if you can see in the top corner up there, we are building the Mario stuff. We've got, I think I've got 4 left after this. 3 maybe. And if you check out the show right there, this Thursday, we will have details on all the sets that we have completed so far. And then next week, we'll have the rest. You can also check out the new release of the Nintendo NES Lego version. It feels weird to say. All the details are in there as well. See, my wife just gave me another task. Can you... ... Lincoln, Lori Loud. Sorry, it came up weird on this side. Thank you for the subscribe, follow. Oh, Lincoln Loud and Lori Loud. That is crazy. My wife's name's Lori. Let me catch up here. You know, you can set up with a... We can set you up with custom notifications for that stuff, so you don't. That's not me. I think it. I don't know why it's doing it. I think it's coming from the YouTube side. I'm not quite sure, April. I'll have to look. No, I won't because of the price. So 230 is too high. I mean, if I'm curious to know, because the comparison would be size-wise, like April and I had talked about earlier, is kind of the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. And you have to remember, when there's anything with an IP involved, such as Lego, you're going to end up paying probably that little bit extra just due to the fact that, you know, it's the IP. And Nintendo's a big one. It's a very big one. I wonder how many people, though, are going to be in your boat, Star Wars. Say the same thing. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, that's what's going on here. I don't know how far to push this thing through. I guess like that. The problem is that NES is going to draw the gaming crowd in, and they don't understand the comps. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That'll be something, yeah. For sure. I didn't think about that. don't have the reference. Can help them understand. That would work. Yeah, it's gonna be I think it's a pretty good price. It'd have been really nice had it originally stated what it was listed as 200 even. And I think it would have been a hands down no-brainer for most people. Unfortunately, it was just a mistake. Ah. You're nostalgic? Yes. But you're talking about a massive display piece that is probably going to, well, I mean, it is not selling anywhere except for Lego on their website and in Lego stores until January 2021. And then it will be available at other retailers. So I can see places like GameStop carrying it, if GameStop is still around. At that point, I know they're around right now. But the functionality of it, if you're a gamer of any kind, I think this is something you would, like I had mentioned earlier with Dr. Lupo having this. I can see this being in the background of his stream potentially. Maybe not, but I could easily see that being the case with a lot of people like that. And that age range, a lot of people are going to see that. And that's what they went after. That was the intent of this creation. Nostalgia breeds a lot of buying. Maybe in some cases when you really don't need it, you think you need it. And you have to stop and think, no, they're just touching my nostalgic button. What did I just do here? Okay, these are bumpers. My phone is almost dead. Okay, I need to get my charger. I will get the Lego Super Mario Starter Course. Did you pre-order it? Because if you did not, I suggest you do so sooner rather than later. Because it is up for pre-order. That is the only thing. I did not look to see if the Nintendo system is up for pre-order yet. I don't believe it is. I'm almost certain it's not, but I could be wrong. But definitely, if you're going to go with the Mario starter kit, I suggest you do it like today, if you can. Definitely do it before it comes out August 1st. Even before then, I don't even know. Because I don't know if they'll stop pre-orders anytime soon. Prior to that, I don't know. And I don't know at which point they will. But I'm sure they will at some point. The question just becomes when. Yep, at the end of the day, it's a sizable display piece geared towards an adult market. It's priced accordingly with parts count and comps, yes. I've seen multiple mocks of NES systems and none of which are the same quality as this one. No, you're not going to get the same thing. And I know that's immediately where this is going to go. And I already saw it this morning Where you've got people that are saying, "Oh, this is just a copy of somebody's mock." Is that where this is? This was no. This is not even the same ballpark. You're talking about pieces that aren't even available anywhere else in the world. So for those that even want to get started on that, you might as well stop while you're ahead because it's not going to get you anywhere. Rat patootie. How did that turn like that? Okay. Nice and easy, cowboy. There we go. As you smash my microphone. Let's see if this thing will stay in line this time. I just got done saying the other day, oh, this is not Technic. There's a little bit of Technic in this one. You're right, though. The quality is unmatched. That's just the way it is. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab my charger. So my phone doesn't die, since that's where the instructions are. I'll be right back. That's bizarre. Those have got to be bots. Anyway. Where are we going here now? Don't tell me to open another bag, because I'm not ready. It's not. Okay, good. You know, it's been so hot here. And I can't even, I know this is going to sound dumb. I can't even enjoy the pool. It literally feels like bath water. Like I just want to go and get a giant block of ice and just throw it in there. All that does is make life more difficult, because then I have to balance out the chlorine again. I don't mean to complain, I'm just saying. Stating a fact. At least I don't have to cover my pool in the winter. I know a lot of people that do. Not here, but further north you go, up through the country. You know, I wonder if they have public swimming pools over in Europe. I mean, ours is not obviously public, but I've never noticed whether or not they actually have public pools, community pools. It's kind of interesting, though, if they do, because it wouldn't be a place that I would expect with the harsher winters that they have. But I guess maybe you have to. I don't know. I'm really all over the place today. Oh, gosh. You're a Star Wars fan? Yeah, you're right. I get it. Your money is earmarked for the Razor Crest, right? Did you pre-order the Razor Crest? I think pre-orders are closed now. What? Oh, this side. Okay, still have no idea where this thing is going. Star Wars has a lot of cool stuff. I don't know enough about Star Wars. Oh, that has to go under? Ah, okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, easy, cowboy. Let's see if I can get this without... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that is meant to pop it up and knock off whatever's on top. Look at that. Did it. Knock it over and back. Honestly, I think with the current climate, LEGO should have opened up pre-orders for everything. That way they could gauge where their stock was needed and wouldn't need 3-month back orders. Yeah. Hang on, guys. How dare I get a phone call? How dare I? Are you going to tell me to open another bag? Seriously? Yes, you are. I did not pay attention to where that goes, though. This has got to go somewhere. Or maybe it's going to be used later. That's what they do. This would be the one time my kid is right. Where he would have extra pieces like a plate and say, it's an extra piece. It's not an extra piece. You fool. I think you're right, April. I think they should do that with all of them. Allow pre-orders. What does it hurt? At least you know what your stock needs to be, right? So if you need to be like, okay, we need to really ramp up, then we need to ramp up. Big tiles, printed tiles. At some point in time when all this comes apart, the printed tiles will end up in a separate bag. What? If you want to watch Star Wars, get Disney Plus. Yes, as it's all over there now. It's funny, I'm not a big subscription person though. Like we have Netflix. We've had Netflix for years, but I don't really watch much on it. My wife does. My wife's always watching something on there. Like, oh, what are you watching? Something weird she found or something. Like some dating show in Australia and just a bunch of randomness. All right. There's one. There's two. I know a lot of people do it. I've never cut the cord, though. And I can't see watching enough on Disney to be excited about it, unfortunately. Or fortunately, maybe? Is this has got to be Thwomp here. That's what this has to be. Thwomp. Yep, it's got to be. Got to be. Undoubtedly. Disney Plus and Hulu the bundle. Yeah. And I know people get into it and they watch what they watch and stuff. Our television package is pretty good. It's not great. I don't think any network type TV is ever going to be great. Like if they say, well, you have 1,000 channels, like 200 of them are watchable. The others are like pet TV or weird stuff like that. Have you pre-ordered the PS5? I have not. I probably will not. Just due to the fact that I have old consoles. I have all the PlayStation consoles, and I just don't see that big of a jump. I built a computer earlier this year, a few months ago, so that I could do streaming and have a recording set up and do all that, and then play games if I so choose. I don't know. I think maybe in the future potentially, but right now I don't really have a big desire to do that. When the PlayStation 4 came out, I had one the very next day. But from what I've seen, and this is just my opinion, I don't think PlayStation made a big enough jump to warrant the price tag. I know that it has all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. Just personally, I don't think it's a big enough jump in comparison to a computer and what a computer can offer, but people also aren't going to spend $2,000 on a computer. I get it. Most people. So, I mean, you can go back and forth either way. You could say, well, you could spend $2,000 on a really, really high quality custom PC. And then every few years, you upgrade equipment and stuff like that, hardware. Or you go with like a PlayStation, but then again, I guess it's more of a personal preference. And I'm not a computer gamer by any means. I'm not a gamer by any means. But I've kind of fallen in love with the PC. I have a friend, very, very good friend of mine that has been trying to convert me over to PC for years. Since like 2008. And I finally needed one, a decent, not a laptop. I needed something where I could do recording and all that kind of stuff for the show and have everything that I need at my fingertips and then have it for play as well. So I bit the bullet and did what I needed to do, and that was before coronavirus really got bad and you couldn't find anything. April said, "What? I'll get one eventually so I can play the Demon Souls remake, but otherwise, meh." I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know what the games are actually going to look like. I know that they can put out their teasers and stuff like that, and they can say, "Oh, well, this is what it'll look like." There's a difference between a computer rendering of a game and the game itself on the system. And I've seen gameplays and stuff like that. I just don't know. And I play a lot of simulation type stuff. So my background, being former military, I do a lot of I like a lot of those kind of games, but more on the aviation side. So there is a game out there called DCS World, which is an aviation simulation game, and it's perfect for me. I love it because I get to fly the jets that I used to work on. I get to do all that fun stuff, and you can't do that on console. There's just way too much. So I kind of go back and forth, and then I mean, like I was playing the original Dragon Warrior last week on NES because, you know, I go through these weird phases, and I'll do that kind of stuff and just go back and forth. Have you played Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2? I have not. My games library is not very large. As like I said, I tend to jump around too much. My son probably has more games than I do. Like I'll get on and I'll play Fortnite with him. I'm no good at it. And I guess it's called build fighting or fighting builds or something like, I don't know, whatever. He'll get into battle with somebody or something like that, and they'll start putting up giant walls and like giant towers. And I'm like, yeah, you might as well shoot me. I'm dead. Because I'm not going to be able to do it. That's too much for me. But I guess maybe that's a different kind of game, obviously. A battle royale style. Stuff's kind of too fast paced for me. I just said too fast paced, but yet I just said about playing an aviation game where you're flying Mach 1.5. All right. Printed tile time. Yeah. There you go, April. Fall in love. GTA, if it's like Grand Theft Auto, I'd be okay. I like that kind of style. It's been a long time since I've played any Grand Theft Auto. A long time. Well, I think the last time I did was on PlayStation 2. When I was living in California. It was a long time ago. I'll say maybe 2003, something like that. Okay, Thwomp just took on a whole nother meaning of intensity. I love the way it's done around his face. You can buy cars in the game. Now, do you have to spend real world money to buy cars in that kind of game you're talking about? Because if that's the case, I'm like, I don't know that I can get behind that. I don't like in-game pricing type stuff. Or whatever it's called. In-game purchases. There we go. It's just not my thing. Wait a minute. You didn't tell me where to put Thwomp. You literally didn't tell me where to put Thwomp. Where's Thwomp going? It didn't tell me. Where am I putting him? It showed me the video ahead of time of what you're supposed to do with him, but it doesn't show me yet where to put him. It's pretty neat. It's just a giant block. I mean, that's all Thwomp is. I don't know that was the past tense is correct. Oops, that's the wrong color. Squish you down. Okay, I see. Oh, goodness. Okay. So now we're just kind of pushing everything together. I get it. Okay, this one is pretty neat. It's much larger than I thought it was, but it's turning out to be pretty neat. Okay, we're going to the back. This side? All right. We're almost there. And we're slowly getting there. You don't need in-game purchases to buy cars in the game. You just need to hack some people with your phone, and you'll get loads of money. I see what you're saying. Okay. This is wants me to do like this. So just sitting here. Okay, he's just sitting there. And come around to the back. I don't know that I can get that on. That's kind of tight. It's a lot tighter than I thought. Right around to the front. Not the nicest style, but and this goes in the top. Oh, what did I do? Nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything. What did I do? That scared me. That scared me. That one got me. Oh, you can attack police officers? Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, I see how the mechanism works here. All right. So this can be manually adjusted, so it drops 2 levels. 2, done. One, 2, and then drops. I didn't take it up the whole way the first time. Okay. So this is over here. I get that. There we go. Okay, now it's locked in. Sounds like a very violent game. All right, y'all. Let's turn Mario on and see what happens here. It is Mario time. You know what? Mine just doesn't sound as loud as it should. And I don't know how to make it louder. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we got to put our dudes out. All right. Y'all are going to love this. I'm telling you right now. Okay. I'm going to try and do this from the reverse side, so bear with me. All right. I'm going to pause the music. Here we go. This is what it should be like. Throat clear, everybody. Okay. Here, let me move. All right. So, wait a minute. I guess technically it's supposed to be on this side. Okay, here we go. Oh, he popped up. Not too bad. I lost my little dude. I like the sounds here that come with this. I'm gonna try this again so you guys can see. I need to adjust the camera a little bit, and I need to push this over here. Okay, so I guess you start here, jump up for Mario. Let's see if you guys can see this. So you move him across, or I guess you technically knock this guy down first, and then jump on him, whatever. So then you move Mario across. It is triggering on the bottom. There's one drop. Oops. 2 drops. Now watch here. Okay, watch here. Okay, I'm kind of sold on that one. I really like the way that one is done. I like this one much better than some of the others. So it's going to be difficult to see. I apologize for clearing my throat. I know I'm such a pig, right? So when you put Thwomp back up, there is just a tiny little mechanism here. This little Technic mechanism. And it only has a tiny bit of travel. But on the inside, it has stoppers. So it drops it just that little bit to the next level. So what is happening is click it and it drops. Click it again, it drops. And then when it moves to the final one, it drops the whole way. Now what is saving it, there are rubber stoppers down here, right? When it does come down, it actuates this little hammer looking thing, and it's going to flip off your little guy here, send him flying, right? It's pretty neat. I like it. That's pretty cool. That is more than what I expected. I'll be honest. It is way more than what I expected. Pretty cool. The Thwomp drop. This is a pretty good set. I think this is 40. I think this is the last one that was 40. So it's a pretty good deal. If in my opinion, it's a pretty good deal. All right, ladies, gents. I appreciate everybody coming by today and hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Be sure to hear more about this and the other sets this Thursday. If I could probably pull it up. Nope, because I'm not actuated. There we go. You can check it there and find out all the details, my thoughts, which you may or may not care about. But you can get all the details, give yourself some information before you decide to splurge or not. But this is the last of the smaller, the last few that we're going to build and talk about for the following week are all the big ones. We'll do those later this week here on Twitch. And thank you, Star Wars fan, for coming by, sir. And that way you guys have an opportunity to look at it, put some eyes on it, before the show, or before the show or after the show, depending, whenever. Doesn't really matter. So I appreciate everybody today, all the follows and subscribes over on YouTube, here in Twitch as well. I do greatly appreciate it. It's fantastic. It is awesome. I'm glad you guys are here. So with that said, we're going to get out of here. It looks great. We're going to get out of here, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever time it might be wherever you are around the world. See you guys later.